Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Serrano. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the main reasons to pick up the Motorola G Power 2021, still in 2022, right? So it's going to be a really solid device for 2022 as well. But let me just jump into the video. And if it's your very first time to the channel, I truly appreciate you for coming through and chilling with me real quick. But if you're already a part of the crew, salute. So there's a lot of main reasons to pick this device up in 2022. It does have a nice build to it overall. It feels really premium in the hand, honestly, when I'm holding it right now. It has a really decent weight to it. When it comes to the weight on this device, it's 206 grams of weight, so it's pretty decent when it comes to the overall weight in the package that you're getting with this device as well. Because a lot of phones that are this amount of money are usually cheaper and like the as far as how they feel in the hand, um, they won't feel as substantial and as premium as this one right here. So I just wanted to mention that as well. But this device does feel really premium in the hand when you're using it overall. So that's one of the things I like. It has a nice button placement overall for all the buttons, so you don't have to like struggle to get from your power button, which is located right here, and then your volume rocker right above it. You don't have to like move your hand too much because everything is there. The fingerprint is there as well. And you can see right here the fingerprint, it has like a nice little groove there for you to put your thumb in there, so it just feels really nice. You do get pretty decent phone calls on here as well, because there's a earpiece right here inside of the device, which sounds really good for all types of media, especially if you're it's not dual speakers, but if you're listening to something and you put the phone up to your ear for like phone calls, you're gonna hear the person through there. So that's the thing. So it's not 5G, but it will connect 4G LTE, which is pretty cool. So let me just give this thing some juice. But overall, you get your SIM card slot right here, right on the side of the phone. So it's just right there, and you could click this one in, remove it, and you can get your SD card slot expansion as well as the micro SD card slot. So you know you can get two in there, or just one SD card for expansion of you know the storage. um, so that's another thing that's pretty cool about this device. It does have a nice color to it. Overall texture, it's not really a texture, it's just more a look, but the overall feel in the hand is really premium because it doesn't gather any fingerprints as well. When you put it in the light, it turns to a gold, like a, I don't know if I'm bugging right now, but it has like a red color to it. Maybe I'm just looking at something that's red and that's what it is, but it's a silver color obviously, but it does have a nice shimmer to it when you move it around in the light. So I definitely like that part about it. Logo right here for the Motorola branding, and side mounted fingerprint sensor as well. Now this device does have Android 11 on this thing, so I just want to make that 100% with the February 1st update on this. So it's not completely up to date right now. It should be at least on April or March at least. But this device will get another, like a few security updates coming on here. It won't get like any major updates when it comes to like software. When Android 12, it probably won't get Android 12. But one of the things I like about this device is it does have the screencast feature on this. It has audio effects for listening to music. So if you go right here on the top, it's gonna, let me turn on D&D real quick, because I'm gonna be getting a lot of notifications in if I don't do that, right? But you can see right here, you can control the way you want to listen to music with the customized EQ, which is cool. And if you don't want that on, you could turn it off right here, but you still have that option to play around with it. So I definitely think that's something that's cool that they put on here. You got battery saver dark theme mode as well as hotspot mode. And as far as the features on here, they definitely give you a pretty good variety of features. For the storage, it's a pretty decent device as well. This is a budget device, so it's only giving you 32. But as far as like all my apps being on here, it's not the best in the world when it comes to app management on here. But it's a good backup device for sure. If you want to put like your backup SIM card in here and then just not have as many apps on this one, you won't have to worry about anything like that. But I still got 4 gigs free, 4.5 actually, so pretty decent when it comes to the overall storage for a budget device. And you could put a SD card slot as well in the phone, so if you wanted to use that for pictures and things of that sort. But just keep in mind the system does take up 16 gigabytes of internal storage on here. But one of the main reasons you would want this device is basically the battery is on here is going to be extremely powerful, and it's going to be real solid. It'll go through a lot of stuff. You'll go through a few days with this if you sleep over like a person's house, and maybe you're staying there for like a day and then they extend it to 2 days. You could get through those 2 days with this phone, if you were in that situation. So you would be pretty good. You would be pretty good when it comes to it, because it has it doesn't sip the battery quick. It takes its time as you go. So really nice features on here as well, like the styles mode, where you can control the icons as well as the back layout. So you can go right here. You could pick between 4 different fonts that you could choose from right here, and then once you pick a font that you like, you hit next, and then you can click the color that you want for the background theme. So they give you a lot here actually to mess around with. So it's a lot of different things that you can mess around with. And that purple looks pretty cool. This one looks, I like that one a little bit better. Then you could choose circles or whatever shape you want to choose. So they have a lot to choose from. So this layout is good. They give you the 5x5 as well, or you could choose between these different layouts. So I like that 5x5, and then you can click done and then name it as well. So I just set that up, but you also get so as you can see right here, my color is going to be that purple color. And then when you throw the dark mode on with it, it's going to look even better, right? But I'm just keeping that off so you guys can see the display a little bit better. But they got a lot of cool modes on here. They have the peak mode right here so that you could interact with the device while your screen is off. That's one of my favorite features with this guy. You can make sure your colors are a little bit more boosted or saturated or natural. So they give you a bunch of variety of colors there. Obviously you get your 3-finger screenshot and your screen recording on here as well as attentive display. So those are a lot of other features that are pretty cool with this device that if you wanted to use it, you would have. So they also include all the other features, like it did say screencast. So let me just see if I could show you guys one of these other features real quick. But it says right here, try your smart updates, and right there with the smart updates, you'll get notified automatically when the phone is being updated. But the only thing about that is that you won't be able to know when it's updated, because it's just going to update overnight or something. So I just want to mention that. But right now it is up to date on the February security software. And one thing about Moto is that their phones just move real fast. Like, you can get pretty much from point A to point B on this device really, really fast. I just like the optimization of it. It feels pretty clean. So like if you're opening up SoundCloud, it'll take about a second or two, and that, you know, everything else will open up really quick when it comes to this guy. So just really solid speeds overall. It's not going to be the fastest in the entire world, but it will open up everything for the most part relatively quick. So it's got a giant display that you can look at. It's 6.6 inches, IPS LCD display with 720 by 1600, 266 for the pixels per inch. So you got a really nice screen that you can look at right here with that big punch hole cut out. I have a tempered glass on top of the display, and it still feels really responsive. As far as the scrolling speeds, oh my, are you kidding me? That's disgusting. That is crazy. You can see right here, just really solid display to look at overall. And you know, loading times are decent on Wi-Fi. Speakers sound pretty good.
Gas. I'm sorry, brother, man. I just ran out of gas. I was gonna get enough to go to the fucking gas.
It's a mono speaker. It's a mono speaker on this thing, so you know that's pretty much the main thing. Is that the speakers will be pretty decent, but they won't be like the dual speakers. So I just wanted to throw that out there. But as you can see, just pretty solid browsing experience. When it comes to Meta, you know, Twitter, anything like that is going to be pretty solid. The device looks absolutely gorgeous in the hand when you're scrolling through social media and things of that nature as well. So I definitely like that part about this guy, is that it scrolls pretty well through social media for the price point. Now, as far as the video quality on here, it's going to look extremely well and bright. Like when it comes to the display, it's going to look extremely bright on here, and the colors are going to pop. They're definitely going to look really good as well, because you're getting a huge display, 6.6 inches to look at, but you know, pretty good viewing angles as well, and good and screen real estate to work with. So if you go to the settings, and this is at 480, right? So just imagine if you turn it up to 1080 60 right there. So you can turn it up to 1080 60, and you will be able to enjoy the screen a little bit better because of the higher quality adjustment that was made. So I just wanted to throw that out there, that you will get a really nice viewing experience overall with this thing when it comes to not only social media but also watching movies as well. So you could watch a ton of movies as well. So this is going to look really beautiful when you're watching movies on here. Even the viewing angles on the 720 panel do look pretty good. As far as the cameras on here, we get a 48 megapixel snapper paired along with the 8 megapixel on the front for your selfie camera, but they also put a 2 megapixel for portrait on here, as well as a macro camera in addition to that too. So you also get a headphone jack with a dual microphone above as well, so you get dual microphones for really crisp phone calls. So I can't emphasize how good the phone calls are going to be. You can see the camera did say switch to macro when I zoomed in on an object, so it will notice objects that you're zoomed into, and it will ask you if you want to switch to the macro. And then I'm going to switch to the macro, and I'm going to take the shot that close, right, so you can see that. Okay, cool. So I just did that, and I had a little bit of light. I didn't have the most light. I didn't have like the craziest amount of light, but that's the macro camera on here. And so it's pretty decent when it comes to the overall cameras. Just the main camera is really good, but then you also get the wide angle camera as well. So just actually not the wide angle, the macro camera. You can't switch to the wide angle on here. There's no wide angle, but you get portrait mode for bokeh and you know, stuff like that. It does go to 1080 for the video. So you do, when you go right here and you go to the video settings, you could turn stabilization on for the video, and you have a bunch of other features right here where you can mess around with the settings. inside of the video, and right here you can click save location. So if you wanted to save location, you could have that turned on. Storage, if you had your SD card in here, you could pick it to go to your SD card as well. And that's another thing that I like about this device. In addition to that, now we are getting the Adreno 610 as well as the Snapdragon 662 with 3 gigabytes of RAM on here, coupled with 32 gigabytes. And it's a pretty decent experience overall. You can get first blood, you can compete. That's the one thing I like about Moto devices, is that they don't really have to be too powerful. They're just optimized very well. And so you can definitely get through some really you can get through some decent gameplay on this device as well. But just really good call quality, really good decent sound quality overall with the main speakers on the device. Really good responsiveness and user friendliness with the menus. It's just a really snappy, feels really quick. Even though it only has 3 gigabytes of RAM, it still feels quicker than that, right? But just a really solid phone overall in general for the price. I definitely think that this device is still worth picking up in 2022 because it offers some pretty decent speeds, and the screen is absolutely gorgeous as well. And the battery, you're going to get a 5,000 milliamp hour battery, which is going to get you through at least 2 days. But this thing that has a little bit of everything on here, but also this nice material on the back isn't glossy, so I really like the back of this device and just how the cameras look centered right here, so the phone doesn't rock at all on here. It's really centered, so it's actually a perfect setup right there. But I'm gonna get right back with you. I'm gonna check you guys in the next video, but make sure you stay locked in for more videos just like this. I'm gonna keep coming through and kicking it with you, and I'll check you guys later. I'll get right back with you later. Peace.